May the peace, the mercy, and the blessings of Almighty God, the Creator, whom we call Allah in the Arabic and also in the Aramaic that Jesus, Isa, spoke. In the Aramaic also they use the name Allah. It's also close to the Hebrew, Elohim, used for Allah as well. Peace be upon those who follow the right guidance, and I welcome you to a video. This is a serious video. I at first didn't want to say anything. I wanted people to wait and see. But I think I owe it to the Creator to say something. I think that if I don't say anything, that the Creator will hold me responsible for not saying anything, because there are some good people in America. There are some good people, and there are Muslims there, and there are some good Muslims, of course, you know. So Muslims are my brothers and sisters in Islam, so I have a direct obligation to them. I have an indirect obligation to anyone in humanity, anyone that is a human being. I should have a concern for. So this is a heartfelt message, and I need everyone to know, of course, that Muslims are not terrorists. Muslims do not condone the killing of innocent men, women, or children, and unarmed men. So this is the reality. In fact, I could defend that perfectly from the Quran itself. I've had people claim that the Quran actually supports killing of innocent people. Of course, the Quran supports killing in self-defense or in defense of those who are oppressed and being killed and attacked. Islam supports that. Islam is not a wimp religion. No, they stand up for truth. They stand up for justice. And so that's where you'll find placed in the Quran where it talks about fighting and self-defense. It talks about fighting in defense of the innocent men, women, and children who are being oppressed and killed. So Islam does support that. So Islam is definitely not a terrorist religion, a terrorist way of life. It is not, definitely. And anyone that wants to challenge me, I welcome them to challenge me in the comments on this video. This video is a heartfelt video for all those that are right-minded. And I want to say that there is an election coming up in America in November. This is of 2016. And I'm very concerned about the future of America. So anyone that has a concern for the future of America should listen to this video. There already has been some turmoil, some problems that have been stirred up throughout the world and in America as well. In America in particular, there has been many acts of hatred shown towards Muslims and now shown towards black or African Americans as well, by the police, by the people. And of course, the government either turns a blind eye, ignores it, or supports it, depending on who is in the government. There are good people in the government too, of course. So I'm appealing to all of those who are right-minded, those who are good people, those who believe in the Creator, those who know that there's a day of judgment, those that know that there will be a hellfire, that there is a hellfire and there is a paradise, and that those some will go to the hellfire and some will go to the paradise. For those who are right-minded and are seeking the paradise, they should pay attention to this video. These things that have been stirring up, and of course there are some people who benefit from it and who want it and who incite more hatred. So some people want to create chaos in America, so they try to instigate incidents of violence and injustice. They want to see a revolution. They want to see a riot. They want to see America just go crazy with killing and fighting and so forth. That's what some people want to see. So be careful, because that is what the media is inciting. That is what the media is instigating. And so you need to check and see who are the people that are behind the media, who are those who own it, who are those who support it, who are those who are telling them what to focus on. Um, Now, so the media has been focusing on, you know, terrorism, and focusing on targeting the Muslims as terrorists in America, and now focusing on the black people also, and instigating problems, and now labeling them as terrorists as well. So, under the guise of the term terrorism, black people, African American, and Muslims are being targeted in America as the enemies of America. So I'm just trying to warn all of those who are right minded that after the election, and we're talking about November, so really from the start of next year, 2017, I don't think that America will be a pleasant place to live for Muslims and for black or African Americans. So I am suggesting that those who are Muslims and those who are African Americans, that you unite together in a way that is not violent, in a way that is mungkin, from the perspective of self-defense, that's fine, but don't violate others in that process of seeking justice. Don't violate others. Okay? But if you don't, and what's happening is that America is going to be heading towards a revolution, and the government is not going to stand by and ignore that. They're going to respond with military pressure. So that's why now they're also focusing on gun control, trying to remove the guns from the population, from the people, so that when America becomes a police state, which is what they're gravitating towards, no one will be able to do anything to stop that. So I doubt that the course of actions will actually change, because I doubt that many people will perhaps listen to this video and make those changes that I'm speaking of. So for those who realize that you have a few months left in America to actually leave America before it becomes a very unpleasant place to live in, as in particular for the Muslims and the black or African Americans, you need to find an avenue, prepare an avenue by which you can relocate outside of America before it becomes this ugly place that no one wants to live. No one wants to live in. In fact, even those who are not black or Muslim, those who are white, it's going to be an unpleasant place to live in for you too if it becomes a police state, a military state. So you also should prepare as well if we cannot change the course of events that we're seeing. And it seems like it's going to be very hard to change the course of events if you don't control the media, because the people are being controlled by the media. Finally, it needs to be noted that America has instigated revolutions throughout the world, and unfortunately, we're seeing cases of the chickens coming home to roost, where now there is a revolution on America's on the brink of a revolution as well. So that's what we're seeing, but they only want to use that, I believe, as a means to justify creating a police state. And so it may not become a revolution that becomes out of control for the government, but it will maybe just merely used as a tool to establish a police state, which they hope to achieve. So I'm just warning those who are right-minded to take notice of that. So please be aware. So before 2017, if you're not prepared for making these changes that are necessary, then you need to prepare to leave before 2017. All right, and peace be upon those who follow right guidance. And for those who know in the Arabic, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.